Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky.
Good morning.
I'm Jana.
I'm Jason. And we're living lucky.
In our pajamas. Actually, I'm in my pajamas. You got dressed.
Bananas and pajamas.
Right? We're talking about being multi-passionate because I've been labeled this morning. I am multi-passionate.
I think a lot of people are multi-passionate. So when you think
What is that exactly? Before we go any further, what is multi-passionate? It means I have a lot of hobbies. I love doing a lot of different things. I love playing the piano. I love art. I love singing. I love water skiing. I love playing tennis. I love dancing. I love writing. I love speaking. I love business. I love working. I love playing with my dog. I love my husband. I love life.
right? And so to me, it's kind of like a to-do list. So if you have a to-do list with all these things on it, and you say, I want to do all these things, you can't do all of them at once.
Yesterday, I literally told Jason, I go, I have this spurt of energy and I have so many things to do. I don't know what to do.
Ooh.
And so I idled in a circle. I literally spewed in this little circle going, I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to do. And then I tried cleaning and I didn't even know where to clean. I was going to declutter and I didn't even know where to start.
So blow that up on a life scale, because so often people do this in life. They think they have so many things that they want to do, but they don't know exactly where they want to go or what direction they want to go in, because they haven't got a clear picture of where do I want to go now? Where do I want to go right now? Like a Disney park or Universal, something like that is great when you're with a group, because so many people have all these things that they really want to get done. They have the one thing on their list, but now there's 7 people with that one thing on their list. So the whole group sits in a ball in the middle, and they never get anything done because they're talking about where they want to go. And it's like that one collective brain thinking of,
and nobody
where
says,
do I want to go?
This is where we're going.
This is the most important thing to me. And they shut out all the other voices in their head or in the group and say, this is why this is the most important to me. This is my biggest why. And this is what we're going to do right now. We will get to everyone, but let's do this right now because this is why it's so important.
Okay, does anyone have this problem? Does anyone have this problem? Good morning, hey guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you used the analogy this morning. You were like, Jana, if you want to go to LA and New York, where do you go? And I literally go, oh, I want to go to both. I want to go to LA and New York. And I sit there and go,
so we'll just stay in Orlando.
So then I just stay where I'm at. And I end up not going either place because I'm like, oh, I want to go to both. And you don't go to the ticket counter at the airport and say, I want to go to both LA and New York.
Right.
They're like, okay, well, ma'am,
which one do you want to go to first? How do you want to plan this trip? So it's literally just saying, one of the biggest things is most things in life. So I'm not doing the same thing I did out of college.
Okay.
If I'd have said, what do I want to do for the next 3 to 5 years? I could be proficient and excellent at whatever I want to do for the next three to 5 years, and then decide, is this where I want to stay, or do I want to do the next big thing?
Oh.
So it's saying, what is the most important thing to me right now, and really digging into what's my why and what are those important
It's picking a door.
Picking a door.
It's picking a door.
Wow, I just got goosebumps.
Did you?
Yep.
Follow your goosies. Your goosies are always taking you to your destiny.
And the big thing is New York is still going to be there. LA is still going to be there.
But once I visit one place, then I can get on a plane and go to the other.
Yeah. Or I may lose the attraction to the other and may decide I want to go to Paris.
No, so I say pick a door because I once was in this conference and our coach Kane, he said, Jana, if you have 3 doors, you have to pick one to go through. You have to pick one. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't know which one to pick. And I don't want to pick the wrong one. That's what goes on in my head. I don't want to pick the wrong one. So I sit there and go, where's everyone else going? And I try to make all these
Rationalization.
rational decisions about which door to pick. And he's like, just pick one. Because if you pick a door and you go through that door, you're going to learn some things along the way. And then once you get through that door, there's going to be more doors to pick from.
Yeah.
And then it's going to narrow where you want to go next time.
And you have to get used to recognizing that you have to make the choice.
Yes, but sometimes making the choice is difficult for me, and I know right now, like I have a lot of priorities, and it was just an aha moment this morning because I have overextended myself once again. This is a life lesson that I have learned maybe 100 times in my life. 100. You would think after learning this lesson 100 times, I would know not to overextend myself, but I've done it once again.
So
I need a V8.
well, no, this is just pattern recognition. So this is great. So this is saying, this goes all the way back to Tony Robbins. This goes back to the Bible. This goes back to so many people saying, recognize the pattern and then throw a disruptor in it and then change the pattern and then utilize the pattern. So this is perfect. This is exactly what we're wanting to do. So now we're going to pick a door.
It's because I want to help and be involved, and I want to do everything, and I needed excitement in my life. So I'm like, okay, well, what is exciting right now?
It.
So I started getting involved because I needed to be around people, and I needed something new. I needed newness and a different energy. So I started saying, okay, yes to this opportunity, and yes to this opportunity, and yes to this opportunity. And now I've said yes to too many opportunities.
But now you get to start grabbing your molding clay and saying, what is the opportunity that I want to really focus
Now I
in
have
on?
to start walking away, saying, okay, I'm sorry. I said yes to this, but now I have to cut you out. And that is hard for me. Can anyone else
Our
relate?
season is over. This season is over.
Oh, okay. Sheila says absolutely nothing in LA or New York that I want to see.
Central Park is pretty beautiful.
Okay, so Sheila, maybe you're taking the wrong lesson from that. Patrick, good morning. Good morning. I think my sister has been in Belleville. So if you see her around, make sure you say hello. Oh my gosh. And Marilyn is here. Marilyn says, why don't you schedule a plane that stops in one place that you want to go, and like you have a layover and you can visit, and then you can just get on a destination to go to the next place. Exactly. And that's what I think Jason is saying is I need to pick one thing that I want to accomplish. So if it's my book, I need to say, you know what, for the next 3 months, I'm going to do my book only. And then if I want to branch out after that with speaking engagements or whatnot, then I can say yes to other things.
Yeah, well, so one of the big things is I was on a call yesterday with about 300 people, and most of them were multi-passionate. And I think a lot of us are multi-passionate because
they go hand in
well,
hand.
life is exciting when you look for the excitement in life. So, and especially when you've trained yourself to say, what's great about life? And that's really what living lucky is lining up what's exciting for you. And when you're with multi-passionate people, it's deciding, okay, where exactly do I want to go? So plugging in the coordinates on the GPS and saying, all right, my trip involves me going from point A to point B, and I'm going to meet a lot of people on the way to point B.
Right.
And a lot of people are going to different letters of the alphabet or different places, but they're going to be crossing my path and at different intersections. And when I get to those intersections, I'm going to enjoy.
I don't want to go to P or to U. I don't want to go to PU.
Because that's PU. That stinks. But you're going to meet them. You're going to enjoy meeting them. And they're going to say, don't you want to go with me to here? And you're going to say, you know what? Enjoy your journey. I want to help you. I want to give you any advice that I can give you or give you any wisdom I can give you. But my journey is here. And it's easier to say, no, my priority right now is X.
Over here.
Maybe when my priority changes, I would love to go to P. I would love to go to U, but I'm not going to go to PU.
Oh, gosh. Oh, this live thing. I think sometimes I make it so much more complicated than it needs to be. Jeff Frank, good morning. Oh, so great to see you. Okay, Sheila says I do a pro con list if I can't decide, and that is so smart. It's except sometimes I know that there's one particular opportunity that has come my way, and I literally for the last 2 weeks I have been weighing it out, and I have prayed on it, and I have literally tried to think of every reason of why I should do it or why I shouldn't do it. And I am like stuck in the middle and I need to decide today. And this morning, Jason came in and said, you know what? I think maybe you need to prioritize your priorities. Ooh,
Yeah.
boom.
What is the most important thing right now
To me,
and to you, and will that take away from that priority? Will that make it longer for you to reach your destination if you take on that extra task?
I mean, I have been volunteering a lot and I've been doing a lot of things for other people, which I love to do. And I've been wanting to help. And that makes me feel like I'm contributing and doing good for the world. But I really need to sit down and focus. And again, it comes back to feeding my own cup first.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have, and there,
Filling my own cup first.
and it's not about doing anything alone because no success happens in an isolation bubble.
Yes.
So you're going to have people on the journey. You're going to be working with other people. You're going to be helping other people. But it's about making sure that you do stay on task and do set aside that specific time to attack your dreams, chase your dreams like the quality of your life depends on it.
I just think it's so in bed in my brain to give before you get, give and then you get, but I just need to remember to give to myself.
Yeah. There's
Give to
somebody
myself.
you're
And
not giving to.
you go back to that analogy you were using of being at Disney World and everyone's saying, okay, where do we want to go? Where do we want to go? Where do we want to go? And it's that one person that says, we're going here. And then we're going to go here because they're very certain and they're very demanding and they almost appear to be bossy sometimes, right? And they're almost a little bit
Like, I traveled all the way from Idaho. I'm going here. This was on the top of my list. I'm making sure it happens.
And the rest of us kind of go, okay, we'll just kind of go. And then after 7 days of that, we kind of start feeling like, well, wait a minute, you know what? My voice isn't being heard. Well, maybe I didn't speak up. Maybe I didn't speak up and say, I don't want to go there. Yeah. So there's a balance in that as well. It's speaking up for what I want and then giving to myself. And if being able to say, nope, that's not what I want. I want this. So it's knowing what I want. It comes down to knowing what I want. Why has that been so hard for me to communicate with myself to know what I want?
And that goes back to the canvas of when you have so much.
We haven't talked about the canvas on here. That was an off conversation that Jason is now bringing on air, and now it's mucking everything up. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. But thank you guys for listening and helping me
Sometimes
get
you
through.
Just gotta talk it out.
I want to do everything. I've wanted to do that my whole life. When I was younger, I'm from a small town, and if we didn't play basketball, play volleyball, play all the sports and be cheerleader and play in the band and
take care of the
do
chickens.
all of the clubs, then we couldn't fill those positions. So because we had a small class, everybody had to do everything. That's just the way it was.
Mm-hmm. It was just a big team.
And in a way, there's advantages to that because we all became very well-rounded. However, it's like going through life as a beach ball, whereas when you start getting into the upper levels, like when I went into college, I had a roommate who said, I only swam. I've been swimming my entire life. Swimming is the only sport I do. I do not do other clubs. I do not do other social activities. I swim.
I'm a golfer. I'm a swimmer.
I'm a swimmer.
Yeah.
I swim. And it's like they start doing the sword.
Specializing.
It's not the beach ball, it's the sword. Anyway. All right. I hope by me venting my problems, maybe somebody got something out of this.
Yeah, I think it's just draw it out, put it on paper, all the things that you like to do, and then start picking away. Like if you had to give away some of the things that you're going to do, what's the one thing you would want to be left with and that would make you feel satisfied for the next 3 years?
I'm going to mold my priority list. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
See you tomorrow.
If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.